Hello, Folkarinos. Welcome back to Duties Daggers. We are doing a, well, not really yeah, it's an unboxing, but it's also an installation video. Because in this video, we're going to be installing titanium scales onto my Spyderco Smock here, which I just got recently. And, you know, it comes with this kind of carbon fiber. I can't tell if it's a laminate or if it's all real carbon fiber, but regardless, you know me. I gotta have that titanium, baby. So, yeah, before we get into it, obviously, just do this, what it says on here. Let's open these babies up. One of them is the scales, and I'm hoping this one is the clip. I'm not positive. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Sweet. Awesome. So this is an MXG deep carry clip. I got the bronzed finish on it. I think that's going to look really sweet. Let's get this baby out. Got some hardware in there. Excelente. And let's get these bad boys out. What else we got? Junk mail. All right. Let's check them out. These are from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And they're stonewashed titanium. Sweet. Yeah, they look good. They look really skinny. But I guess, yeah, that's just how they are. Crazy. All right. So, here's the deal. I originally was going to film myself removing the second detent in this knife. If you haven't heard me talk about it or anyone will talk about it, this knife has two detents. The second one is meant so that you cannot push the button and swing the blade open like this, which I'm doing only because I have already removed it. Not sure why Spyderco did it. Could be a way to get around gravity knife laws. Nobody's positive. So I had wanted to film myself taking out that second detent so I could show you guys. But the other day I thought I would just take this top scale off and look inside there just to kind of see what's going on in there. So I'm not going in totally blind for this video. And what happened was I took out the pivot and these two screws. Actually, it was these two on this side. I took out these two and this pivot screw. And the liner here kind of lifted up a little bit. And I heard a little ting, and I looked down, and there was the detent ball laying on my table. It just came out. But I am going to show you guys, when I take apart the knife right now, where it is and how you can take it out. So it's not in there, but I'm going to show you guys how to get it out, basically. So let's get my my little mat here out, my disassembly mat. This mat is made by a company called Tinkerforce. I really like it. It's 3D printed and it has this corkboard material in it, and they're very cheap, like 20 bucks, I think. I'll put a link for them down below. This is a really cool little mat. And they also come with, well, they don't come with, you have to order them separately, but they come with different, they have like little different modules for up here. And I got one that holds my bits and my driver, but they have other ones as well. So, let us take apart this baby. What do we got for the pivot? A T8. Yes, sir. I'm hoping, you know how, you know, a lot of Spydercos, especially the, well, the only one I know for sure is the PM2. This lanyard tube is kind of crimped over the liner, and it's really hard to get out. And when you replace the scales, you need to replace that lanyard tube because there's no way to get it out without destroying it. I don't think that's the case with this knife, at least from the couple of videos that I watched on the disassembly. But we're going to find out right now. T6 on the body screws. There we go. And there go. And while we're at it, let's just take this clip off. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, is this gonna lift off? Yes, it is. Sweet. All right, let's look inside here. So the detent is actually on the other side. Or sorry, the second detent is on the other side. So we'll see that when we take off the other one. But for now, let's pop on our new scale. Is it really that easy? It's got internal stop pins, you can see right there. There's the stop pins, and here's where they rotate in this little half moon slot. Let's put our new scale on. Ooh, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. All right, cool. The lanyard tube is not going to give us issues. That's awesome. I'm not sure. Well, we'll see. I'm not sure if I have to take apart the whole knife or if I can just do it one side at a time like this. We'll find out here in a second. But for now, let's just put these back in so we don't have to worry about them. This is gonna look badass. Super badass. I found a couple different places that sell titanium scales for the Smock. And a lot of them looked really nice, but these were cheap. They were only like $75, I think. So I had to go with them. They keep the holes that were in the original scales, which at first I wasn't sure about, but then I thought, you know what? I actually kind of like them. So let's take apart this side, and you'll be able to see where the second detent is located. There's that. I guess, I don't know. One nice thing about the knife is that you can take out the pivot. There's screws on both sides of the pivot. On a lot of knives, on the clip side, the actual pivot that goes through, the pivot, what do you want to call it, rod? Or I guess it's the pivot. It's connected to this side, this head here. So in order to get this scale off, you have to pull out that whole rod, and then the blade comes loose and the washers or the bearings come loose, and it's just kind of a pain. So this is kind of nice. You can just do it one side at a time. Body screw number 1. Body screw number 2. Are you gonna lift off? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, the stop pin. All right, looks like we are getting into it here. I thought I might just be able to lift it off, but it doesn't want to go for some reason. Let's see. What's holding it? Nothing is holding it. Why don't you want to pop off, senor? See if I can slip a screwdriver in there. Why don't you want to come off, sir? Come on. There we go. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, I'm gonna lift off the liner so that you can see where that second detent is. It was right in, wait, where was it? No, I'm misremembering now. So that was like that. And I think it was, maybe it was on the other side. Huh. Maybe it was on the other side. Sorry guys. I thought I would be able to show you. but hold on. Let me get this together, and I'm going to walk you through how to get it out. Where did that stop pin go? It's over here. Is it in its hole? I don't think that's where it lives. Is it? Maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's where it goes. You can see it has one flat side, so I'm just trying to figure out in what orientation it has to go. So you can see it only fits one way through the liner. So maybe I'll put it in the liner first and then put it down so that it's oriented correctly. Let's do it that way. Let's see if that works. Let's smush it down. Okay, yeah, now it falls in where it needs to go. All right. Our pivot is through. Stick our scale on. What I should have done is just started filming yesterday when I was messing with it and when the second detent popped out. That way you guys would have been able to see how to do it. But there's other videos online that will walk you through it, and I'll show you what I did in a second here. What's going on here? Doesn't want to go together. Maybe we start from up here. There we go. Oh, I see. It's the lanyard tube. Come on, baby. Get on in there. Come on. See, it's not seating. I might have to like lift it down level. Come on. Come on. Get off of there. All right, let's get the liner down. There we go. Liner is down. All right, put our scale on. Yeah, this seems like a really tight fit up here. What is that? This little pin right here. I don't know, maybe that's where the second detent was. Crap, there goes our stop pin again. Well, we can drop it in the slot here. I always hope these disassembly videos go smoothly, and they never do, ever. There we go. Get on in there, little buddy. Come on now. Get on in there. I know you want to. I know you want to. There we go. I think he's in. Okay. All right, let's try this again. So this is what's causing us problems. It's a really tight fit in this hole in the scale. So I'm going to try to stick that in first, maybe. Let's see. I also have to squeeze because the liner is pushing everything apart, you know? Come on, dude. There we go. I think I did it. There's still a gap in there, but that might close up. Let me put the pivot in and tighten it a little bit, see if that closes up. That's the wrong one. does that feel? It feels really stiff. There we go. Yeah, we still have that gap right there. See that? Right here. I don't know why that is. Everything else is flush. It's almost like that pin doesn't want to go in there. I'm gonna have to take it back apart. All right, maybe I'll stop the video and figure this out. Let's do that. All right, I'll be back. Okay, folks, we're back. This is a very difficult knife to take apart. Since I stopped filming, I've been sitting here for about a half an hour trying to figure it out. And I cut my thumb. It was just it was a nightmare, man. A couple things. All right, so first of all, to get your second detent out, here I'm going to just walk you through how I did it without taking apart the knife. You take out this pivot on the clip side. All right, you're going to take out the two body screws on that same side. And, sorry, my dog's chewing stuff up as always. And you're going to just separate the liner from the blade here. You're going to just separate it a little bit. That will create some space in this area inside there, and your detent ball will probably just fall out. You'll see it on your tray, your table, whatever. And what's holding that in is a tiny little spring. And so you're going to spread it apart, you'll look in there, and you're going to see a tiny little spring. What I did is I just got a little knife blade, and I poked it out. I touched the spring and just pulled it out, and it just fell out. That's the best I can do, folks. I cannot take this back apart to try to show you where that is. I've spent too much time now trying to get it together, and it finally works. So you're going to have to go to a different channel to find out how to take out that second detent if you want more detailed instructions. I'm sorry, I tried. Second thing, let me just make sure these are tight real quick. Second thing, this has never happened before. I have the knife back together, it works perfectly, and I have a piece left over. What happened was, this piece sits right up in here. This larger section is seated into the scale, and what was happening was it was not seating fully into the scale. And I think that's probably the scale's fault. Here, you can see where it goes in on the, that's where it goes in on the, the scale from Spyderco. See how it's supposed to fit flush in there? That was not happening on these titanium scales. It was not seating fully down in there. So you saw when I put it back together, I had this gap right in here. That's what was causing it. I messed with it for so long. I thought about getting my Dremel and trying to make that little hole deeper in the titanium scale. And then I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna take it out. I couldn't figure out what purpose this served. It might have been part of the second detent system, whatever it was. I just decided to put the knife back together without it, and it's perfect. It's drop shutting perfectly fine, just like it was before. Zero blade play. Did I say blade play? Blade play. Everything's tight. I don't know what purpose this thing served. It must have been something to do with the second detent. So, let's put this clip on and be done with this thing. Man, it looks badass though, doesn't it? Yeah. It feels much more substantial in the hand. We're perfectly centered. Everything is awesome. This thing looks amazing. I do not know what that piece was. Like I said, I'm sorry, folks. I tried. I did my best to show you guys how to do that, but I failed, and I apologize. So let's get this bad boy together. Let's put this clip on here. Oh yeah, it's gonna look good. I wonder if I should use these screws it comes with are pretty long. I don't know why they're that long. That's way too long. I'm just gonna use the old screws. Where's my thing? There we go. Man, that was just a nightmare. There is a lot of crazy stuff going on inside this knife, guys. Maybe I do need the long screws. Yeah, it's not threading. Yeah, maybe I do. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on inside this knife. Internal stop pins, second detents, all kinds of stuff. So, beware of that. Take this knife apart at your own risk. And you might have a leftover piece like I did. I don't know if I'll realize down the line, you know, I'll be using the knife and then something will fall off or something will, I don't know, something will happen and I'll realize, oh, that was why that piece needed to be in there. I don't know if that'll happen. If it does, I'll let you guys know. But I hope not. Certainly hope not. I haven't had that much difficulty taking apart a knife in a long time, man. Long time. I don't know why these screws are so hard to get in. What is happening today? Do I just crank them in there? I don't really want to. Let me try these other ones. It came with 2 different sets of screws. God, this whole thing is just a nightmare. Let's try these longer ones. What the hell, dude? What's going on? Are these not lined up with the scale? Looks like they are. God. Why couldn't it just be easy? Why? Oh gosh, I'm gonna try these again here. Am I gonna have to cut the video for putting the clip on? That's disgraceful. Come on. Maybe I'll just muscle them in there. Not muscle them, but I started to feel some resistance, and I hesitated because I didn't want to hurt anything. But yeah, that's really... Is that the wrong one? No, that's right. Maybe that's just as far as they go. All right. There we go. Are they poking through? Nope. All right, we're good. God, what a nightmare. I love this knife, but geez, I hope I never have to take this apart again. We're still centered. Still solid. All right. there you go, folks. Probably wasn't very informative or entertaining. You're probably fast forwarding to the end anyways, just to see what it looks like, which is totally fine by me because that was not easy. But I love it. Feels great. Looks great. I kind of don't mind the holes. I think it kind of adds something to it. They might be even a little too plain without them. So I'm glad they're there. Everything looks good. I love this knife, dude. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, folks, there you go. Spyderco Smock titanium scales. Bam, bam, bam. There you go. I'm going to go relax and not think about this knife for a little bit. That was stressful. All right. Adios.